Tell me why you needed to hire a restoration contractor. What happened?
Well, we had a fire. The fire started about 1:30 in the morning. By the time we realized the fire, it started on the side of the garage and it had engulfed the garage. Some neighbors saw the fire and came and warned us. Took a while for the fire department to get here, so we ended up having extensive damage, fire damage.
Okay.
Fire and water.
All water from the.
Who's your insurance company?
Liberty Mutual.
And how were they to work with in this process?
They were terrific.
Yeah, it's really amazing. Yeah, really interesting. We talked to other people to get references on contractors to do, fire recovery, and the one thing. Well, we talked to several of JM's references, and everybody loved JM, but the stories they talked about their insurance companies. We were fearful, but it turned out we had no problems with the insurance company.
Okay, and did they recommend JM?
They actually did.
Okay.
And the other aspect of that was we had a contractor in mind that had done the master bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
So we thought, well, we'll go to them and have them do it. Well, unfortunately, when we did that, that came to pass that the contractor had no idea how to work with insurance companies. We wound up spending 3 months and lost 3 months' time and $3,000 out of our own pockets because it wasn't insurance covered. And then we kind of, at that point, stopped and came to JM and said, bail us out, and you bailed us out.
What did you like most working with JM? What was sort of a pleasant surprise?
That meetings were held when they were held, things were done when they said they would be done. We had to hardly do anything with the whole insurance side of things, just talking with them, working all that out. It was all pretty pleasant. And then just the quality of people that came in to do the work. They were very conscientious. They just did a great job.
Very skilled too.
Yeah, skilled too.
We quickly decided that, of course, JM uses some contractors,
Mm-hmm.
some employees, some subcontractors, but whichever they were top notch. Just the, especially for some things where you really want the right person, like the wood trim out front and the quality of the texturing on the walls,
The painting, the finishing.
the tile work,
all that stuff.
So if you had to say to somebody that was in your situation and nervous about using a contractor, what would you say about JM? How would you put them at ease?
Well, I would show them this place, first of all, and show them what it looked like and what it became, and just the fact of the process. It was just a very easy process.
Yeah, I think that the main thing was that JM knows how to do this. That's exactly what they know how to do, and an important part of that was working with the insurance company. Well, yeah, they just knew how to do it. The previous contractor, that was where it all fell apart. Was not they didn't know the right way to deal with the insurance company, and the different insurance companies I get from talking to other people have different ways of doing things. So you have to know each one,
Right.
And so the previous contractor said, the insurance company says it's going to take X amount, we think it's going to take 1.5X. And so they wouldn't do anything until the insurance company said, it agreed to the 1.5X. But JM understood that you accept the insurance company's agreement, you work through the project, you find the extra money, you bill it at the end. And that's what happened. In the end, I think the insurance company ended up paying what the other contractor said they wanted, but JM knew how to work through the process and make everybody happy.
But JM also knew how to present the data, right, and the information and the justification and all those kinds of things, whereas the other contractor had no idea how to approach that.
Anything during the process that was kind of an issue for you that was something, let's say you wanted to add on to the house, anything that you found that JM really sort of stepped up and helped with that was above and beyond the call of what you were doing initially just to recover the house from the fire?
Oh, well, yeah, I think if you look at the beauty of the front of the house, we had some general ideas, but JM had the right architect to listen to us and help out design the right changes, and then the team that actually implemented it, because the architecture is sort of a, rough idea, but having the right people to say, it should look like this, right? And you want this, and work that out. And then the expertise on some of the other minor things as we came to replace like the water heater, just helping recommend us to the right water heaters. We put in a very modern tankless method, and so helping with some of those.
Even down to things like the heating and air conditioning ducting, taking it off the floor and putting it in the ceiling, right? Mm-hmm. Just very practical things that even as we had the house before, we would look around and say, gee, if we ever had the opportunity to change that, we'd do that, right? But that's what came through in the rebuild as well.
Okay.
There's a lot of that expertise that JM brought.
After the fire happened, did you get calls from public adjusters? Did you have anybody come and talk to you?
And that was horrible. Horrible.
What happened?
I wish that, because the first people we talked to was insurance company. I really wish insurance company would have steered us away from it. I was really confused when they walked up. I thought the insurance adjusters were from the insurance company. I mean, they're kind of cagey, and so the guy got in by just saying, "Oh, I'm an insurance adjuster," and we just assumed he was from the insurance company, our insurance company, mm-hmm. And we later understood, what they were trying to do. I personally don't think they would add any value.
The other part of that was they know when to kind of strike. I mean, clearly he showed up probably 8 hours after the fire happened, and of course, you're standing here and everything's in chaos, and this guy's telling you, oh, well, you need me to help you through this process and all those kinds of things. And then even the insurance company, Liberty Mutual, who actually showed up on site, this was right around Thanksgiving, and the guy showed up on site here from Seattle, but even he said that, it's just, you don't need people like that, typically. And certainly we didn't with Liberty Mutual. I mean, they were above board and really great to work with.
And did Ron come out then from JM did they come with the insurance company? Or?
Actually, Ron came.
Yeah, what happened was we actually met Ron because he came the first day because our insurance adjuster called him, right, mm-hmm. to get Ron's help with estimating,
right,
some of the stuff, and so that's where we met Ron. But at the time, we just immediately thought we'd been very happy with our previous contractor, and so we thought, we're not interested in talking to anybody, so we have a contractor. And so both the insurance adjuster and Ron were like, oh, if you have a contractor, that's fine. Insurance thought, you can use any contractor you want. If I thought one thing JM really should have done better was for Ron would come in and said, well, you really should consider, we've done this, and at least sunk the...
Make us listen.
I mean, sell what you can do and sell that, because, we might have made that transition faster, rather than going through the back and forth and the turmoil. If we just kind of understood that difference, at that very beginning there, we might have dumped them and gone over to JM sooner.
Okay.
And nobody else I talked to, I quickly realized that JM was the only company that I thought, really, had that right fit, for being able to do that and deal with the insurance. I talked to other people who are like, oh yeah, we don't do this very often, but we could deal with the insurance, that sort of thing.
But the other nice part of that too is there was no. When Ron was here, whatever, but there's also no high pressure, right? So nobody's pushing you, and nobody likes that either, right? But I just think that, kind of to what Steve said, it would be, if we would, what we know now, if we would have known it then and could have been kind of guided a little bit, we wouldn't have lost the time and the money.
In there, and of course the hardwood was a disaster from all the water.
Wow, this is interesting.